Okay, I can only see the mobile screen.
Let's get Palladium. Share. Can you see the Palladium one as well? No.
Now I can only see the Palladium screen.
And
Oh,
now?
but is it supposed to show both?
No, I'm going to move from one to another.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's currently on the Palladium account receivable.
And nothing on the mobile.
No.
How do I do this? My goodness. Okay, let me go back to the settings. Jasmine?
I'm here.
Okay. Can you see my AnyDesk now?
Yes.
Okay, let me just try to reconnect. I don't know why it keeps kicking me off. Okay, so now you can see my mobile. And then can you also see the Palladium?
Not at the same time.
No. So when I do this, you see mobile. And then when I do this, you see Palladium, right?
Correct.
Okay, I'm going to be working between two screens. That's fine. Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
It looks like there's only 3 of us here. Can I maybe give the others maybe 5 more minutes before we start? Mpo, thank you for joining. Hello, everyone. And let me just accept Abo quickly. Agrippa. All right. Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining today's session. My name is Joy, and I'll be taking you through the mobile app. Sorry about that. Let me just quickly reconnect to my mobile. Time's out. I'm not sure why, but I'm just going to reconnect quickly. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I'm just going to reconnect to my mobile app again. My internet just went down. Let me just see. Okay, thank you so much for your patience. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me before we start. Okay, so today we're going to be doing the mobile training. Okay, it's really all good. Yes, perfect. Okay, we're going to do the mobile training. So we're going to go through the Salesforce and warehousing. So I'll start with the Salesforce, which is where you can do your quotation sales orders. You can capture your PODs, like proof of delivery, and then do your expense claims, your customer inquiry, and the CRM activity. I'm not going to cover the CRM activity because there will be training on the 20th, in-depth training on that. So we'll go ahead and start with our sales orders. So on the mobile app, you can actually go and capture a sales order. So we'll go and do one now. So you click on the plus sign to add a new code or a new order. And then you select your customer. And if you have sales reps, which in this case, you would have to have one. So you select your sales representative there, and then you put in your reference number. I'll just put it as test 12. And then you do have the option to go and add your items that you will be doing the sales order for or sending a quote to a client with. Okay, I'm sorry, it's just a bit slow. I think it's my connection. So then here you can specify, just like in Palladium, your item, the location that it comes from, and then it also shows you the availability of the stock, the quantity that you have on hand, and then you do specify how many you'd like to. Sorry, let me just admit that. Okay, so you do have the option to specify the quantity. It has your pricing, your text code if there's one set up, and then it also shows everything regarding your totals and your margins.
Can you
Then
change
once you
the
have
text? Can you change the text code?
Yes, you can. Let me just go to it. I'm just going to select my line item again. So you do have the option to actually change the text code from there.
Cool, thanks. Ours doesn't work anymore. That's why I was just asking. It used to work.
Is it grayed out on your side?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Michelle, right?
Yes, that's right.
From which company? I'm just gonna note down so we can attend to that.
Manjo Foods.
Manjo Foods, okay.
It also ignores the overriding text that's in Palladium.
Okay, I'm just noting that down so we can have a look at it after the training. Okay, so in this case, it does allow us to actually change the code, and then you click on the add. And then if you're happy with that line item, if it's just one, you can then just save it. Or if you would like to add more, you go and do add another item. Okay, so I'm not going to add another item in this case. And then you can also sign off your document from the mobile app itself. So you go to files, depending on the mobile that the salesperson would be using, and then you can just add your signature there, and then you save it. Okay, and then you will have the option to email the document out. If you do have an email set up for the customer, then you can actually email it out. So in this case, I'm not going to email it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you now in Palladium how it actually looks on that order. Our order number would be, let me see, I think we did the 14, 15, no, the 16. Okay, so we're going to go to our accounts receivables in Palladium, and then we look for that sales order number 16. Okay, it's this one. And then you will notice that it's going to have an attachment there. So when you double click on that attachment, it's the same, it's like the POD for that sales order, and it's already signed off. So it shows as an attachment on there. Okay, let's go back into Palladium. Okay, so that's your sales order. So from there, you can go and do your invoice and then convert it into, convert your sales order into an invoice. So your sales orders and your sales quotations work more or less the same. And then we also have your freehand codes. I'm not going to go into that because your freehand codes can be used either for items that you don't normally have in stock or for once-off customers. So you can just do that for that customer or that one item that you're selling at that one time. I'm not sure if you'd like me to go into it so I can show you, but it's more like the quotation itself.
With the freehand quote, do you have to have created the customer beforehand?
No, not necessarily. You can be your cash customer. You can use your cash customer, but it's mostly
okay,
used
but you
for
still have to use an actual customer code.
an account.
So it's cash.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, let me just try to reconnect. I'm having issues with my AnyDesk. I'm just going to reconnect it. Okay, so while it's reconnecting, I'm just going to go into Palladium for that sales invoice because we're going to move over to PODs. So I'm going to convert the sales order that we did on the mobile app into an invoice. Okay, let me just select the date. It's this one. Okay, so we have it. It's invoice number 10. So we're going to, once we're happy with this line, this is converted from the sales order that was done on the mobile app, then you can record that. Okay, so once it's recorded, you can then go do your proof of delivery on the mobile app itself. Okay, let me just reconnect again. Sorry about this. I don't know why it's timing me out.
All right, just on the freehold quote, it doesn't look at the pricing either, right? Or is there a way that it does?
For the item itself, let's just rather go into it and see. So I'm just going to use the one customer that's there already. No, that's an old one. Let's do a new one. I think I picked the wrong area in the office. The network is a bit slow. I'm sorry about that. Oh, it does have a price, but you can actually edit the price at the time of processing the document. So
Okay,
it doesn't
cool,
grade
thanks.
out. So depending on what you're selling and at what price, when you are actually selling it, then you can go and change the pricing there.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so I'm not going to record that. I'm going to go out now. Okay, so we're going to now go capture a POD. So with this, we can either scan or enter the document number. So the invoice number that we had done is that IN 10. So I'm going to type it in here because I don't have a scanner with me. However, you can actually scan the document in if you have that QR code at the top. Okay, so it's how many zeros? 8. So there we have the document that I had done. And then we do the proof of delivery. So it has been saved. And then if you go back into Palladium on that same invoice, you'll see the POD is now there. So you click on it, and then it's there already. The delivery note. Okay, is that fine on the POD?
Yeah.
Okay, then we have our expense claims. So on expense claims, you can do like for your petrol, for example, when the salesperson was going to the client or to an auction or wherever that they were actually going to work, then they can come back and claim that. Let me just take you back to AnyDesk. So you can either use a camera image by scanning it in. So I don't have anything to scan at the moment. Or you can use an attachment, so you can have anything that you might have saved on your phone, maybe a PDF. All right, and then you can also enter the claim manually. So it will show you the document number, the vendor that would have been linked to that user in Palladium. Then you put in your reference number as well. And then the journal codes can be either your inventory item. Oh, wait, sorry. So if you say all, it will show all accounts that are available. So it can either be your actual GL codes or the item itself, the inventory, the service buyout or journals that you might be using. So I'm just going to say inventory. NV. Okay, we can use that one. And then our reference number will be 001. And then you can add a note there. I'll just write test for now. And then you can also sign it off. Okay, and then you save it. Oh, wait, sorry, you have to put in the amount that you're claiming. Okay, that'll be 1,000 Rand, that's fine. And then you can accept. Then it gets recorded into Palladium. Okay, excuse me. And then we have our customer. So here is just your customer inquiries where you can actually get to see which customers you have on Palladium, their contact address, email. So basically it's just the master file of your customers. So regarding the CRM activities, like I said, there is going to be in-depth training on the 20th on how to do CRM and allocate CRM activities to employees. So I'm not going to go into that for now. And then we're going to move over to our warehousing. Okay, so I'll start from the bottom, which is our inventory inquiries by location. So it's basically you get to see what you have on hand, the item, and under which bin is it in, and which item it is, under which location it belongs to. So it's just like your Palladium, where you can actually do your inventory inquiries. Let's see, what do I have open? Oh, there. So it's more or less the same as this screen here. It's just that on the mobile app, it's a bit limited because of maybe the space, but it just shows you the quantity, the bin number, the item description, the location that it's in. But it's basically more or less the same as the one that we're looking at on Palladium. Okay, and then we have our inventory by item. So it's exactly the same thing that we've just been through now. So you can still view your item, the location, and the quantity on hand. Okay, and then your delivery advices. This is your sales orders converted into a delivery. It's more like a proof of delivery as well. So if we were to take maybe number 14. Okay, now let's do another one. Okay, it looks like they've all been picked. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. So you convert the sales order into a. Can you see my screen, my mobile screen? Hello? Oh, no. Sorry about that. I'm using my own cell phone because of the. Anyway, sorry about that. So with the sales also, the delivery advice is more like the POD. So you convert your sales order into a delivery advice and then you record it. So everything that you save here will go into Palladium, just like the sales order, the quotations, and everything else that we've done. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, it's disconnected again. Let's just see. Okay, I'll attend to your question, Agrippa. I'll have a look at it now. Let me just reconnect the AnyDesk on my mobile. Agrippa? You are hosted here in South Africa, and you are hosted in Zimbabwe, but we can't use the mobile app. Okay. What do you mean, Agrippa? Is it not working at all, or you experiencing any issues? Are you there, Agrippa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you're saying you're hosted in Zimbabwe, but you can't use the mobile app.
The issue is like, I think it's on the configurations of the server. We are hosted by a partner here, Dande. But it seems as if it hasn't been configured to work on the mobile. And I think I'm the only one asking for this. So maybe that's why it's taking long. Maybe if there are more customers asking for that app, it would be okay.
But do
Because
you
the
have it
issue-
installed on your machine? Does it install on your on your mobiles?
It's installed on my mobile, but getting the credentials from Dande is becoming difficult for us.
Okay. And Dante Mutante is a BP, right? Is it Sean?
Yeah, Sean from Dande, sure. Dande is your partner, isn't like a hosting partner for Zimbabwean clients.
Okay, I think I would need to call you after this, then we discuss this further.
It's all right, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we did I don't know if you could still see my screen when we were doing the delivery advice, even though I couldn't save it on my end because it got disconnected. Yes, so the delivery advice is more like your proof of delivery. So whatever that you do here gets signed off and then sent into Palladium, and then you get to see it on the actual invoice. Okay, and then the stock count, you can do your stock count from the mobile app. So I'll just go to one here. So you can do your count here for a particular item. And then once that is done in Palladium, once you save that in Palladium, when you come to your stock count, you will have the option to download the mobile stock count. So it will download whatever that was done on the mobile into Palladium. Once everything has been checked and you're happy with it, then that's when you record. Okay, let me just admit others. Okay, so that's the stock count. And then we have our stock picks. So with the stock pick, it's on the warehouse module in Palladium. Just gonna discard that. Okay, it's on the warehouse module in Palladium. So you'd have your pick tickets according to how your sales orders have been processed on the mobile app or in Palladium itself. So then you will get to see them there, and then you can print all of them or selected ones. So if you say, and then you say print selected, then it will go print maybe on your printer, or if you save it on PDF. Okay, and then from there you go and do a stock pick. I can't show you the stock pick on my mobile because I think the date range is causing an issue. I can't find anything on my end, but it's basically the same as what you would see. Oh, sorry about that, in Palladium. So you'll go and load your pick tickets. So let me just go and load one for today. I'll use this one. So it will show like this, and then you record it in Palladium. Let's see the other one. So we're going to do the warehouse goods transfer. Let me just take you back to the mobile. Okay, so we're in this one. So this is more like your goods received note. So I'm just going to take one purchase order. And then you can convert it into a GRV. Okay, the purchase orders that I have here are a bit old, so I'm going to do a new one so I can show you how it actually links up in Palladium. I'm going to go back to my sales. Okay, sorry about that. So we have the goods received note in Palladium. I don't have a new PO in the actual mobile app. That's why it says the transaction date is out of range. But if you had one, then you just go and link it up, and then it will show on the screen that we see in Palladium. Then you can call it up from the screen. Once you're happy with the GRV, then you can record it. Then it puts it into Palladium. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna close that. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to look at is our bin transfers. So with your bin transfers, you'd have to have multiple bins activated. And then that whatever item that you're working on must be allowed in that bin. So you can transfer from one bin to another, and then you save it in the mobile app. Okay, so once that is done, you would have to have your, so that this would be your document number from the bin that you are working in, and then the bin that you are actually transferring it to, the comment, and then you add your items that you are actually transferring, and then you save it. Okay, and then in Palladium, you would have it on the screen. So you'd have your inter-store transfer or inter-branch transfer, and then it will show that it's coming from which bin to which bin and which item it is, and then you record it. In the same way, your warehouse transfers. So warehouse transfers is for like one store to another. Let me just take you back to AnyDesk. So warehouse, it's like when you have 2 or 3 stores where you have one item in the one and it's maybe needed in another store, then you can just go and transfer it. So in this case, you can just say you are moving it from the default to the warehouse, and then you put in your date. And then you put in your comment as well. Let's go to, okay, today's date is fine. And then you add the items that you are actually transferring from the one store to another. Okay, so I'll use the one that I like using the most. Okay, then you specify the quantity that you are transferring to that store, and then you save it. Okay, if there's many or a few items that you would like to transfer, then you'll add the second line, the third line, and so on. Then we go into Palladium. This is where it's gonna show you. So we have a branch transfer. So if we go and load that one, it would be this one. The 5 that are just done on the mobile app are now here. Okay, so once that is done, you can see that it's already recorded in Palladium because the record button is grayed out. So it's already been saved. The item has been moved from the one store to another. Let me just see. So this one does not have a cost, but if you do have a cost to that item, it will move with the cost that it has into the other store with the same cost, unless if it's changed on the screen. Okay, and then let's see if I missed anything in the mobile warehousing. It looks like that's about it. I hope I wasn't too quick, and if there are any questions, you can ask. Is everyone still there? Agrippa, can I please ask you to send me an email regarding the issue that you're having with the mobile app?
Sure, Joy, I will do that.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any questions? Mpo? Which version? You mean the mobile app that I was using? It's on 13. Yes, it has been released. We have it available. Okay, perfect. Thank you. If there are more questions, you can either type it in the chat or just ask, unmute, and then ask. Okay, perfect. Thank you. So if we don't have any questions, I'd like to take this time to thank everyone that has managed to join the session today. And I hope you enjoyed. It was lovely being with you. Thank you.